There you go.
Thank
So
you.
let's see, you had 4 and you had 6, didn't you?
Yep.
All right, and you got 1.
I got 1.
So what's the math now? I got 4 and 6,
11.
and 1 is 11. All right.
Almost 4.
You guys want to come with us?
Yeah, sure.
Now, so how many does that give us now? Now I'm up to 13. How many of you guys are? You don't have any tickets. So what happened? They didn't have any more tickets? So it's just the 3 of you? And you just came all this way with no tickets? Boy, have I got a deal for you. Come. I just had a family come up here. My last tour went through, and when they got here, they had 8 in their line, and he had 14 tickets. So look what I got for you. So this is a gift from a family you've never met, never will meet. But you've got 3 tickets, and that gives you 16.
Exploring?
Well, he was a woodcutter. What's that? He was a woodcutter, so he was up cutting timber. But in the snow that had fallen overnight, he saw mountain lion tracks.
So he followed it.
So he follows mountain lion tracks and comes up here and discovers this cave. So guess what your job is? You got to go down there and push that door open.
Okay.
It's called
sorry,
Here
sir.
Kitty Kitty. And if no mountain lions come out, then the rest of us will come in, okay?
Okay.
You go, take your brother with you. The 2 of you go down there and push that door open. See if there's any lions in there. And if there's no lions, then we'll come in. Did they tell you why we don't touch it?
Because the oil on your hands, it can make it die.
Perfect, makes them die. Enough people touch it, it turns it dark, and the water quits going across it. When the water quits, it dies. Now, is rocks alive?
Yeah.
They are in here. You better believe it. So they are growing. So they're growing and changing. And part of my job, a real important part of my job, is to protect this beautiful resource. So thank you for helping me protect it. Now, like I said, these 2 are the perfect height for doing this cave. The rest of you are going to kind of have to duck and twist and mind where your heads are and really pay attention. I'll remind you till it gets tiresome. I'll say, tall guys, watch out for your heads. You keep reminding me, will you? So be really careful. Now, you guys hiked all the way up here and you spent a lot of money to come in and see this cave. What did you hope to gain? Why did you come to the cave today?
Actually, because when I was at Jewel Monument last year, I spent a good 45 minutes talking to one of the park rangers there, and he told me to come here. He said,
Rocky Running River. It is also the name of the local tribe who used to live here. They call this the Timpanogos River. This mountain is called Timpanogos Mountain. We call this Timpanogos Cave. I mean, Timpanogos is a big deal around here. If you haven't seen that already, that's the Timpanogos Highway you came in on. I mean, holy crap. We got everything as Timpanogos, but I'm so glad they stuck with that name rather than, you know what they were going to call these caves first? The Fairyland Caves. Holy cats, aren't you glad they didn't stick with that? Yeah. Me too. So, this is Hanson's cave. This is the first of the 3 caves discovered. He was the guy literally that followed mountain lion tracks up the mountain. And when he came right through that hole, which is right above that door, this is what he found. When he got in here and started bringing people in here to see and show them the cave, guess what they did? They took the formations out of here. They broke stuff off, they packed it out. Theirs was the mindset back in 1887 that said, if I find something I can use, I get to take it home. And so that's what they did. It wasn't until years later when people came in and started seeing these things where actual damage was done. So that makes it kind of cool. Now, geology-wise, you guys ready for this? Somebody tell me what that is. Say fossil. Fossil. That's a fossil. Guess what it's a fossil of? Coral. Where does coral grow? In the ocean. Now wait a second. How did coral get clear up here? So what's the bottom of the ocean made out of?
rock.
Clay and sand and debris, and when it's compacted together, what does it make? limestone.
Limestone, oh yeah, limestone.
So there's layer after layer after layer after layer of limestone, which all used to be the bottom of the ocean. Come right in. You can't start without Brandy. She gets cranky if we start without her, so we don't want that to happen. We gotta keep her smiling today. So what you're looking at right there is in fact Middle Cave Lake. Now, somebody says, before you say something smart alecky about my lake down there, you gotta know something. Anytime you have a body of water in a cave that is larger in diameter than my hat, it's a lake.
Oh, really?
Guess what? I gotta show you guys something. I don't get to do this very often. But I went home and I found that my dad had rat-holed a flashlight. And I've had that old flashlight down in my basement for, I can't tell you how many years. Well, I went looking the other day and I got online, of course, you do everything online now, and this is an Everready.
One of the original Everready.
This is a 1929 Everready. Want me to show you how good a 1929 flashlight was? If you light a candle, you can actually see that it comes on.
Oh, wow.
So imagine coming down here, you can barely see that. I mean, look at that old fisheye lens.
Wow.
Is that the coolest thing? That belonged to my dad. Right? And so they did have flashlights in 1921. Now, the difference between this light and one in 1921 is I've got a little cooler switch. And that's the only thing that's the difference. But imagine what that would have been like. Old bowl of carbon corn right on the wall. And what about these little critters? Uh-oh, what do you think they're called? Look how they defy gravity. They twist and they poke out. They literally lift up. They're, what's that?
Helictites.
They are called helictites. From the Greek word helix, which means to twist, and they're quite rare.
Yeah.
Guess how many caves in the world have more than we do?
Probably not many.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
So that's kind of cool. They're really interesting. So they literally defy gravity, and they crawl all over the place.
It's one of the reasons we're going to Yule, just to see the rocks were formation. We had about 95% of the known rock formations in the world. And the rest of them are some. Last one's a low one. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder.
His legend, he has is one of those cases.
You gotta watch your head in here. This is the third cave, Timpanogos. And we got a duck here because it's pretty low, very low.
Very good. All right, well, we'll just kind of relax here. Everybody okay?